Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown, SmackDown Live and 205 results. Happy birthday goes to Beulah McGillicuddy. Well, this episode is for March the 14th. Beulah McGillicuddy turned 48 years old, while former WCW star Brian Clark turned 53. Former Intercontinental Champion Santino Marella turned 43. Last night, as noted on last night's Raw, saw Dana Brooke turn on Charlotte Flair and beat her down. Speculation is that this will lead to the reunion of Dana and Emma, as WWE is once again airing Vignex for Emma's return. Charlotte tweeted the following on Dana's turn at Miss Charlotte WWE. I'm going to at WrestleMania, and you will go nowhere. You had more spotlight in my shadow than you will ever have by yourself. At Dana Brooke WWE. WWE superstar Konnor of the Ascension and former WWE developmental talent Krissy Vain are expecting their first child together in September of this year. Konnor thanked fans for their well wishes after Krissy posted the following on Instagram. That link for you. Also noted, Kane has been dealing with some nagging injuries. Sportskeeda reported that Kane had also requested some time off, which was granted, to run for the Knox County mayoral seat in 2018 and to work on his insurance agency, the Jacobs Agency. It was noted that Kane's current WWE deal has a $905,000 downside with first-class travel and accommodations. It is set to expire next year. Kane made his first televised WWE appearance nearly 22 years ago in June of 1995 as Dr. Isaac Yankem, Jerry the King Lawler's evil dentist. Big Show reminisces titles won at the Joe before its closing. At this link, like I was telling you on the Raw video, that the arena that Raw was in is closing its doors down. Okay, we're just a few weeks away from WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, but Wrestling Observer newsletter reports that WWE officials already have a match planned for the main event of WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. And that's none other than Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal title. So I've got to go a whole year. Reigns is scheduled to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33, while Lesnar is challenging Universal Champion Bill Goldberg, but plans for next year do not mean Reigns is going over Taker or that Lesnar will hold the title for a full year. According to the Observer. News on Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar WrestleMania match. Why WWE is doing Undertaker versus Roman Reigns. WWE has tried to make Reigns the top babyface for a few years now, but the goal is still very much to make Reigns the next John Cena of the company. They're once again looking at building. WWE has tried building Reigns up for a whole year for a coronation at WrestleMania 34, and the idea between now and then is for Reigns to replace Cena as the new face of the company, not just when he wins the title. Well, that should be happening this year, as on Twitter, Roman has been saying, well, the dynasty, the Samoan dynasty, and also the Roman Empire. And by the way, sporting TNA just a little bit. This is AJ Styles' shirt. Was in TNA. Okay. Regarding Lesnar, the current plan for him is to work more dates in what will be the final year of his 3-year deal. It's believed Lesnar will never work a full-time schedule, but he will work more shows over the next year, live events and TV tapings. Also noted, last night's Raw in Detroit was the final show from the Joe Louis Arena, as the venue is being done away with. And more videos of WWE superstars, such as Chris Jericho saying goodbye to the Joe at this link. F4W Online confirming that Rusev underwent shoulder surgery last week, putting his WrestleMania 33 status in jeopardy. They also confirmed that Cedric Alexander is currently out of action with a right knee injury, as noted before on Pro Wrestling Sheet. And here's a video of Corey Graves talking to 2017 Hall of Famer Kurt Angle on Monday night's Bring It to the Table episode. Angle says he wasn't ready to retire from wrestling, but the induction is more important to him than wrestling, and he prefers this over anything else. Well, they did the same thing with him in TNA. Regarding his legacy, Angle says it's good to be back home, and regardless of what he does with the company, he can mark his legacy as the greatest of all time. Angle also talks about recently meetings with Vince McMahon for the first time in 11 years. Again, you can go to that link. Eric Rowan is scheduled to be at the tapings, and he's noted that he's been training for his return at the WWE Performance Center as of late. No word yet if he was at the tapings. Rowan has been out of action with a torn rotator cuff since last fall. There will be a new legacy inductees for the WWE Hall of Fame class this year. According to PW Insider, the wing of the Hall was introduced last year to honor stars from the early years of pro wrestling. Names posthumously inducted last year were Frank Gotch, Ed Lewis, George Hackenschmidt, Mildred Burke, Art Thomas, Pat O'Connor, and Lou Thez. Former WWE Intercontinental Champion Santino Marella was backstage visiting Saturday's WWE live event in Toronto. As he lives in the area, WWE posted a photo on Instagram of Santino hanging with Enzo Amore. Check this link. Saturday's WWE NXT live event in Orlando saw the return of Hideo Itami after a Riddick Moss versus Bobby Murphy match. Itami hit the ring and took out Moss with a GTS. Moss is the one who injured Itami several months back. Itami also took out Murphy with a GTS before making his exit. The WWE posted a video of that at this link. WWE Cruiserweight Cedric Alexander is currently out of action with a right knee injury. According to Pro Wrestling Sheet, Cedric is expected to be out of action 3 to 5 months. Alexander last wrestled February 28th, 2005 live taping, teaming with T.J. Perkins and Mustafa Ali in a losing effort to Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and Harry DeVere. Triple H announced the following post-WrestleMania 33 NXT dates this week. Details are at nxttickets.com, and tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. local time. April 13th, Atlanta. April 14th, Spartanburg, South Carolina. April 15th, Charlotte. April 27th, Kansas City. April 28th, St. Louis, Missouri. April 29th, South Haven, Missouri as well. Well, SmackDown in Pittsburgh was called by JBL and Tom Phillips. David Otunga had the night off because he's off filming a movie with Mauro Ranallo. And Mauro and Ranallo were unable to make it to the venue due to the winter weather in the northeast part of the country. NXT superstar Riddick Moss has been working with Finn Balor for his return to the ring, which happened at Friday's live event in Buffalo. Balor tweeted the following with Moss from the WWE Performance Center today. Life at Riddick Moss began his journey the same day I started at the Performance Center. A trusted friend and instrumental in getting me back in the ring into ring shape. I'll post that link for you. And that was on posted on March 14th. 2017 Hall of Famer Kurt Angle was backstage for this week's SmackDown in his hometown of Pittsburgh. It was noted on Talking Smack that Daniel Bryan filmed material with Angle earlier in the day for a Fantasy Warfare WWE 360 feature that will be coming to social media soon. Xavier Woods of Up Down Down YouTube channel hit 1 million subscribers on Tuesday. He launched the channel in June 2015. Woods thanked his fans in the video here, which features an appearance by Stephanie McMahon. Woods previously tease a special guest to celebrate 1 million subscribers, and it looks like Stephanie was your guest. And she's also supposed to be on upcoming episodes as well. Last night's SmackDown in Pittsburgh was called... I already said that. Printed it twice. A new video from the WWE and the Jetsons trailer, WrestleMania DVD, that comes out on March 14th. The movie is available by digital HD now. Again, that link for you. NXT Women's Champion Asuka made her Madison Square Garden debut with the main roster on Sunday. She teamed with Becky Lynch, Tamina Snuka, who also made her return, Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella to defeat Carmella, Natalya, Mickie James, and SmackDown Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. Making Carmella tap for the win, WWE posted the video for that. SmackDown opened up with a look at last week's confrontation between AJ Styles and Shane McMahon after SmackDown ended. Daniel Bryan was backstage on the phone with someone. He mentions a special edition of Miz TV and appearance from Randy Orton and Mickie James versus Alexa Bliss for tonight. AJ walks in and says he's not happy. Styles wants Shane, but Bryan says he won't be here until later tonight. Styles is headed out to make a statement and is only thinking about his career. We go to the ring. Out comes AJ Styles to a pop. Fan chant for Styles as he takes the mic. He's fuming mad. AJ says he's sick and tired of being messed with by Bryan and McMahon. AJ says that you'd think the greatest WWE superstar would have the red carpet rolled out for him so he could walk the aisle all the way to WrestleMania, but that's not what happened. AJ has had to jump through hoops like a circus monkey. AJ rants on John Cena going to his brother-in-law to get the WWE title shot. AJ admits and accepts he got beat by the great John Cena. He's learned to live with that. But he's expected to his rematch and got a triple threat instead. One he didn't get beat in. He then got another shot at the Elimination Chamber with 5 other superstars. AJ goes on about the Battle Royal and the match against Luke Harper. AJ goes on and brags about how he's responsible for WWE's success, but he doesn't even have a match at WrestleMania 33. Fans boo as AJ says he could have walked right in and smacked the kale chips out of Bryan's mouth, but he's nothing but a puppet. But Shane, he and AJ are going to have a conversation later tonight about AJ's career. And if he has one, AJ tosses the mic and leaves as his music hits. We go to JBL and Tom Phillips on commentary, as David Otunga's not here because he's filming the movie. And due to winter weather, Mauro Ranallo is not there. Still to come segment, Orton addresses Wyatt and Mickie versus Bliss. So we go to commercial. Becky Lynch versus Natalya was up next. We go to the ring. Out comes Becky Lynch. Out next was following up Natalya. They lock up and go at it. Fan chant for Becky early on. Becky with a kick in the corner, but Natalya first to break. Natalya calls a timeout in the corner as the fans boo. Hey, there's no timeout in wrestling. Becky slaps Natalya and goes back to work on her. More back and forth. Becky counters a German suplex. Becky applies a submission, but Natalya gets him on a rope. Natalya goes to the floor for a breather as we go to commercial. Back for the break, Natalya takes control after a Michinoku driver outside the ring. Natalya talks some trash and keeps Becky grounded. Natalya with a drop kick for another pin attempt. Natalya keeps Becky in a chin lock. Becky finally made a comeback and tossed Natalya with a exploder suplex. Natalya catches Becky in the corner and placed her on the top rope. They trade shots as Becky ends up taking Natalya to the mat with a disarmer for the win. After the match, Becky stood tall until Carmella appeared out of nowhere and laid her out. Carmella then super kicked Natalya to the mat. James Ellsworth joins in with Carmella in the ring, and they leave together as their music plays. Cameras show an anxious AJ backstage waiting for Shane to arrive. uh, in the parking lot. We get a look at John Cena hosting Nick Kid's Choice Awards this past weekend. Still to come segment, a special edition of Miz TV back commercial. Back from the break, Dasha Fuentes stops Carmella and James Ellsworth backstage. Carmella did what she just did because of SmackDown's women's title match at WrestleMania 33. Carmella says, "We're looking at the next champ." She walks off with Ellsworth. We go to the ring, and Miz is in the ring with Maurice for a special edition of Miz TV. Miz introduces his guests for tonight, WWE It couple, the Miz and Maurice. Miz says everyone is talking about them because they're exposing Nikki Bella and John Cena for being frauds. Miz says that they haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg. He shows us a replay of Miz and Maurice attacking Cena and Nikki last week. Then we see a replay of Miz and Maurice ranting on Cena and Nikki during Talking Smack last week. Maurice talks about how she and Nikki were best friends until Nikki stabbed her in the back. She goes on about total divas, and Nikki calls Nikki a backstabbing B-word. John Cena's music interrupts. Out he comes with Nikki. They both hit the ring, and Maurice leaves the ring with Miz. Nikki challenges Maurice to come in the ring and fight like a real woman. Miz says that's not happening because Maurice has nothing to prove. Miz tries to wrap it up, but the music hits and out comes Daniel Bryan. Bryan goes on about how there was nothing special about the Miz TV, and that makes him want to punch Miz in the face. Miz always interrupting him on Talking Smack, and poorly copying his moves also makes Bryan want to punch him in the face. Bryan says he can't punch Miz in the face, but he knows what two people can. Bryan confirms Miz and Maurice versus Cena and Nikki for WrestleMania 33. Bryan's music hits, and a yes orgasm chant starts from the crowd. Miz and Maurice aren't happy, but Cena and Nikki are. AJ is shown backstage, still awaiting for Shane McMahon. Still to come segment, Orton addresses the WWE champion. Also, Nikki versus Bliss, back to commercial. And that match is up next. Nikki versus Alexa Bliss. Back from the break, out comes Mickie James. We see her turning on Alexa Bliss last week. Out next comes the SmackDown Women's Champion for this non-title match. They shove each other to start the match before locking up. Mickie takes Bliss down first as they're still locked up. Referee finally breaks them up. Bliss kicks Mickie in the gut and then takes her to the corner to unload. Mickie turns it around and beats Bliss down. Bliss takes back control and chokes Mickie with the ropes. Mickie then sends Bliss to the floor. Mickie goes for the baseball slide, but Bliss catches her and ends up dropping her on her head to the floor. Bliss stands tall in the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Bliss has control still. Bliss talks some trash and beats Mickie around. More back and forth for a few minutes. Mickie makes a comeback, but Bliss floors her with a big right hand. Bliss misses an insult to injury. Mickie hits a mid kick out of nowhere for a non-title win. After the match, Mickey's too tall as we go to replays. Bliss retreats with her title, throws a fit as Mickie celebrates in the ring. JBL and Tom then plug WrestleMania 33. Renee Young backstage asking AJ about waiting for Shane. The car pulls in and it's Shane. AJ creeps down behind another car and waits for Shane to make his way over. AJ blindsides Shane and then destroys him. AJ tosses Shane into the wall, the car, the production cases, and more. AJ then says he has an opportunity for Shane right now. He then tosses Shane head first into the car window and it's shattered. AJ says Shane asked for this. Producer Finn Finley comes over and tells AJ to back off. Also coming in was Michael P.S. Hayes. AJ delivers one final shot before leaving. Finley calls for the paramedics and Shane recovers. We go to commercial. Back from the break, we see what just happened to Shane. He's bloody and being checked out by a WWE trainer. Finley is also there with two police officers. The trainer mentions he has a scalp laceration. He wants Shane to go to the emergency room, but Shane ain't having it. Shane does agree to go to the trainer's room. He's helped by two police officers. We go backstage to AJ Styles in the locker room. Usos and others are giving him flack about what he did to Shane. AJ walks out of the locker room and is confronted by Daniel Bryan with a bunch of extras dressed police officers. Bryan says AJ is not above anything or anyone. AJ asks what Bryan's going to do about it. Fire him? Bryan says damn right. He's going to fire AJ. Bryan tells AJ to get out, and the officers escort him out. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Tom and JBL discuss AJ and Shane. Mojo Rawley versus Dolph Ziggler was up next. We go to the ring. Out first comes Mojo. Then out next is Dolph Ziggler. They lock up and end up in the corner. Ziggler with a cheap shot and some trash talking. Mojo attacks, but beats Ziggler down in the corner. Mojo kept control and tossed Ziggler to the floor. Ziggler runs back in, but Mojo tossed him right back out. Ziggler's talking trash again to JBL and Tom. Mojo pulls Ziggler back to the apron, but Ziggler drops him over the top rope. Ziggler comes back in and nails a drop kick for a 2 count. Ziggler gets tossed to the floor again by Mojo. Mojo then taunts him to come back in. Ziggler comes back to the apron at the 8 count, but then backs off and walks away from the ring. Winner by count out, Mojo Rawley. After the bell, Ziggler marches right back as Mojo celebrates. Announcers talk more about what happened to Shane. They hope to have an update before SmackDown ends. Still to come segment, Randy Orton is here. Back to commercial. Well, we get a backstage promo from Cruiserweight Champion Neville to hype 205 Live episode. Neville says it doesn't matter who becomes the number 1 contender tonight because his challenger will be broken and humiliated at WrestleMania. We go to the ring. Out comes Randy Orton to a pop. Orton takes the mic and says, "You can learn a lot from a Viper. They're ruthless, cunning, and only strike when the time is right." Orton said he's been waiting for months for his opportunity. He could have attacked Bray Wyatt any time, but an RKO would have been too easy. He had to figure out what would hurt Wyatt the most, so he joined him. He devised a plan to get close to Wyatt. He goes on and says he had to figure out how to destroy one thing Wyatt loves more than anything else, Sister Abigail. Orton says as the fire burned bright and he heard her screams, he could feel Wyatt's power being stripped away. Orton says Wyatt feared only one thing, being alone, and now he is alone. Orton looks up at the WrestleMania 33 banner. He says the job is not yet over, as he still has one more step to climb. He still needs to finish what he started, and that's why at WrestleMania. He swears to God he will take everything from Wyatt. The graphic flash, and the lights go out. Then we hear WWE Champion start to speak. Wyatt says Orton was right. He was helpless, naked, and stripped all of his power until he found his way back home, or at least what's left of it. Wyatt says Orton thought he burned the soul of Sister Abigail, and so did Wyatt, but Wyatt should have known better. Sister Abigail is the spawn of Satan. She was forged in hell itself. Wyatt says Abigail still beats in black hearts and lives. And lives in him. He will take out the infidels and start with Orton. Wyatt goes on and says Abigail now lives through him eternally. Wyatt says he's born again. He baptized himself in Abigail's ashes, which is none other than mud. Wyatt scoops the debris from the fire and pours it all over himself. Wyatt tells us to follow the buzzards, and then she screams out. Still to come segment, American Alpha versus the Usos. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a look back at what happened with Baron Corbin, WWE Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose, and the 4-kill from last week. Corbin is backstage with Dasha. He says if Ambrose can make it out of the hospital bed and come to WrestleMania 33, Corbin will take everything from him, including the title. American Alpha versus Usos is up next. We go to the ring. Out comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions Chad Gable and Jason Jordan for the non-title match. Jimmy and Jay were out next. Gable starts off as Jimmy go at it. Gable avoids a double team. Jay comes in for an attack, but Gable takes him down. Jordan tags in and he double teams Jay for a 2 count. Jordan keeps Jay grounded. We see Shane backstage walking with Finlay and Jamie Noble. Usos end up going to the top for a double team, but Gable comes in and stands with Jordan. Alpha ends up drop kicking the Usos to the floor as we go to commercial. More back and forth after the match. Usos end up getting a non-title win after blocking a double team move by the champions. After the match, we go to replays and come back to Usos celebrating as the American Alpha recovers at ringside. We see Shane McMahon with Finlay and Noble. He's still refusing to go to the hospital and now making his way out into the arena. And we come back and we get Shane McMahon with no music. Shane says AJ now has an opponent for WrestleMania 33. SmackDown goes off the air, almost cutting Shane off. While SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon announced on SmackDown that he will be facing AJ Styles at WrestleMania 33, WWE is still going with the storyline of SmackDown General Manager firing AJ earlier in the night. They have a new poll asking fans if AJ deserved to be fired by Bryan, as a deciding 52 voted no. All is fair in the land of opportunity, and that of SmackDown. The rest voted yes. AJ Styles' attack on Shane was heinous, and a penalty had to be steep. Dark match main event after 205. Live saw Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose retain over Baron Corbin. Ambrose was kept off this week's SmackDown broadcast to sell last week's forklift attack by Baron. As noted, Corbin issued a WrestleMania 33 challenge to Ambrose tonight. 205 Live results. We start off with a look at 5 men who will have the opportunity to face Neville at WrestleMania. We get comments from A-Double, TJP, Akira Tozawa, Brian Kendrick, and Tony Nese. Neville makes his way to the stage as he has a microphone. Neville says, 1 year and 1 day. 1 year, 1 day. In this very building, he broke his ankle 3 weeks out from the big one, and he was robbed of his first WrestleMania moment. Neville says he looked around and he noticed that Bobby cared. Neville says he was forgotten by each and every one of you. Neville says he took action and maybe he was a little bit ruthless, and he obliterated an entire division to show how good he is. Here we are here again, and it is WrestleMania season again. On 205 Live, we have the biggest main event of the show. A 5-way elimination match to see who shares the greatest stage of them all with the King. Regardless of whether it is Tony Nese, Akira Tozawa, Brian Kendrick, TJP, or A-Double, it is irrelevant. They serve only one purpose. They are there to feed the inevitable at WrestleMania. Will deconstruct his opponent until they question their very existence. He will make them regret having such foolish ambition as to challenge the King of the Cruiserweights. Mustafa Ali comes out for his match versus Drew Gulak. Ali goes for the leg, but Gulak with a chop. Ali with a crucifix for a near fall. Ali with head scissors with help from the ropes, and Gulak goes to the floor. Ali with a crossbody off the turnbuckles to the floor. Ali then sends Gulak back inside the ring. He gets a near fall. Ali chop followed by Irish whip, but Gulak puts Ali on the turnbuckles. Ali goes for a tornado DDT, but Gulak blocks it briefly, and Ali with a guillotine. Gulak with a slam. To escape the hold, Gulak with a boot to the back of the head. Gulak with another boot to the back of the head for a near fall. Ali with a punch, but Gulak with a forearm to the back. Gulak with a gory special. And he pulls the arm together to add more pressure to Ali's back, and then he gets a backside out of the gory special for a near fall. Ali with chops and forearms. Ali with a back elbow, but Gulak with an Irish whip. Gulak misses a charge in the corner, and Ali with a round kick, followed by a rolling neck breaker, and he gets a near fall. Gulak rolls Ali on a leapfrog, and Gulak with a near fall with a roll-up. Gulak with a forearm and a chop. Gulak with an Irish whip, and Ali floats over, and Ali hits a tornado DDT. Ali goes up top and hits the inward 450 splash for the 3 count. After the match, Gulak attacked the announce table as he asked for a mic. Drew says week after week he comes out here and he does his best work in the ring and no one appreciates him. Gulak says he walks away frustrated as he's tired of it. Drew says he is not the problem. He is not the one who needs to change. Drew says the problem is 205 Live. The place needs to change. Area DeVary is in the locker room and Noam Dar stops by. He says he is tired of Rich Swann, so that is why he asked for his rematch. DeVary tells Dar to save his motivational speech for someone who needs it. DeVary says he is anxious to get revenge on Gallagher. Dar says they need to win tonight. We go to commercial. Match number 2, Gallagher versus Rich Swann versus Noam Dar with Alicia Fox and Area DeVary. Dar and Gallagher start things off. Gallagher goes for a leg. Dar with a side headlock, but Gallagher with a handstand to escape. They lock up, and Gallagher with a side headlock, takedown. Dar with an Irish whip. Gallagher with a headstand. DeVary tagged in, and Gallagher avoids Dar. Gallagher with a wrist lock. When Swann pulled off the apron, DeVary with a snapmare and a kick. DeVary with an elbow drop from the turnbuckles. Dar gets a near fall. Dar with punches, and DeVary tags in, kicks Gallagher. DeVary prevents Gallagher from making the tag. Dar tags in, and he connects with an elbow drop. Dar with a reverse chin lock. DeVary and Swann tag in. And Swann with clotheslines followed by a back heel kick and double stop followed by Rolling Thunder for a near fall. Swann with a chop, but DeVary with an elbow followed by a forearm to Gallagher. Swann with a punch and an Irish whip, but DeVary with an elbow. Dar makes a blind tag, but Swann with a jumping Frankensteiner that sends DeVary to the floor as Dar gets the 3 count. After the match, Dar gets a mic and says each week he spoils this lady with exquisite gifts. The real gifts cannot be bought because they come from the heart. Dar says this victory is his gift. A delivery man brings a bear into the ring, and Dar says this was his other gift for Alicia Fox. Match number 3, A Double versus Akira Tozawa versus Brian Kendrick versus Tony Nese versus TJP. Number 1 contenders elimination match. Aries goes to the turnbuckles and Kendrick goes to the floor. Nese kicks Tozawa to the floor. Kendrick sends Tozawa into the ringside barrier. Aries with a running drop kick to Nese for a near fall. Aries and Perkins locks up, and Perkins with a wrist lock. Aries with a reversal, a side headlock. Perkins with a wrist lock, as Aries with a side headlock. Perkins with a sunset flip, but Aries rolls through. Perkins with a head scissors and a drop kick. Aries kicks Perkins and punches him. Aries floats over on an Irish whip, and then Perkins with a head scissors, but Aries escapes and hits a drop kick. Aries with a running elbow to Perkins, followed by a snapmare. Aries with a corkscrew back elbow to Perkins, and TJ goes to the floor. Kendrick hits Aries as Tozawa gets Kendrick to flinch, and Tozawa with a jab. Nese hit Tozawa from behind, and Tozawa with a jab. Kendrick pulls Tozawa to the floor. He sends Tozawa into the announce table. Aries with a suicide dive to Nese. He gets a near fall at the same time. Kendrick gets a near fall on Tozawa. Kendrick kicks Tozawa to the floor and Aries sends Nese to the floor. Kendrick with a forearm, and he sends Aries to the floor. Kendrick kicks Perkins and tries to send him to the floor, but Perkins gets in the ropes. Perkins with a series of kicks and a drop kick followed by an elbow. Nese with a back elbow to Perkins for a near fall. Nese with a slam and a near fall followed by body scissors. Takedown. from Nice. Nice with a waist lock and Tozawa up top. As he loops over both men, Tozawa with a kick to Nice, followed by a snap German suplex, but Nice German suplex on Nice, but Kendrick breaks up the cover. Tozawa with a shining wizard, but Kendrick with a sunset flip, and Tozawa rolls through and kicks Kendrick and gets the back senton. Tozawa knocks Kendrick off the apron, and Tozawa with a suicide dive. Perkins with a corkscrew pescata onto Tozawa. Nice with a Fosbury flop onto Tozawa and Perkins. Aries goes up top, but Kendrick pushes him off as Aries hits the ringside barrier. Nice pulls down the knee pad and hits a running knee on Aries at ringside. As the ringside barrier explodes. Referees check on Aries and Nice. Nice sends Perkins into the ring. Perkins gets Nice on shoulders, but Nice escapes. Perkins with a cross arm breaker on Nice, and Nice taps out. Nice with a clothesline to Perkins after he was eliminated. Tozawa with a Michael kick to Nice. Perkins with a slice spread number 2 to eliminate Tozawa. Kendrick with a captain's hook on Perkins, but Perkins escaped. Perkins crotches Kendrick on a slice spread attempt. They fight on the turnbuckle. Then Perkins with a forearm to the back. Perkins with a cross faces as Aries gets back into the ring for a powerbomb to Tower of Doom on Perkins and Kendrick. All 3 men are down. Aries and Perkins punch Kendrick, and then Aries shots Perkins, and Aries with a backslide for a near fall. Aries boxes the ears as Aries goes for a brainbuster, but Perkins escapes. Aries with a roll up for a near fall. Aries with a lateral press. When Kendrick grabs Perkins on a detonation kick attempt, Perkins is pinned by Aries and Kendrick. Perkins is eliminated. Perkins drop kicks Aries when Kendrick has Aries in the captain's hook. Perkins kicks Kendrick and Aries with a rolling elbow to Perkins to knock him off the apron. Kendrick with slice spread number 2, but Aries kicked out. Kendrick with a captain's hook. Aries uses the rope to get his feet as he hits a rolling elbow to get the 3 count. Winner of the match, number 1 contender, Austin Aries. Dark match main event from last night's 205 Live saw WWE Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose retain over Baron Corbin. Corbin was kept off this week's SmackDown to broadcast for last week's forklift attack by Corbin. As noted, Corbin issued a WrestleMania 33 challenge to Ambrose. Also noted on SmackDown, at the end of SmackDown, Commissioner Shane McMahon announced right at the end of the show that he will be wrestling AJ Styles at WrestleMania 33. That came after AJ brutally attacked Shane earlier in the night, sending him headfirst through the car window. And after SmackDown, the link for that is WWE agents Jamie Noble and Finley escort him out. That concludes my video for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on. If you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.